since these guys on TV, they making this crazy amount of money, but it's never like that. It never was like that. So when I fought Ricky Burns in Scotland and won my first title, I come back home and I got to fight Gamboa. I'm thinking they're gonna pay me like $1 million.
Yeah.
Nah. So I'm like, what? You know, I just fought this dude. I just went over there. And
You remember what the purse was?
It was like 500,000.
For champion?
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, you know, because that's the type of person that I am. I believe in myself.
I am very sorry for Terrence's actions. His actions led to the WBC decide something.
Terence Crawford just made a move no fighter before him has dared to attempt. He's taking on one of boxing's most powerful institutions, not in the ring but in a courtroom. Crawford has officially filed a $50 million lawsuit against the WBC, accusing the organization of corruption, favoritism, and exploiting fighters financially.
Mauricio, you know, got a lot to say about me not paying him $300,000 plus another $100K something for sanction fees, right? Then he gonna tell me I ain't even apologize? Like, who the fuck you think I am?
This is the same council that once crowned him champion. The same body that helped elevate his career is now the target of his legal attack. The conflict began when Crawford refused to pay sanctioning fees for his title defenses. What started as a quiet disagreement over money and paperwork has erupted into a legal crisis shaking boxing from the inside out. And the entire sport has taken sides. Errol Spence has spoken. Dana White has chimed in. Oscar de la Hoya is furious. Everyone has an opinion. But before diving into the lawsuit and the chaos it unleashed, we need to rewind to the moment everything changed.
He never paid the sanction fees for that fight. His next fight was Canelo Alvarez. He fought for the WBC title as well as the other three organizations, and he won the WBC title and the undisputed. He became undisputed, and he did not pay the sanction fees for the fight.
December 3rd, Bangkok, Thailand. At the WBC convention, something unthinkable happens. The council strips Terence "Bud" Crawford of his world super middleweight title. Their explanation: he failed to pay sanctioning fees for two major bouts, the blockbuster against Canelo Alvarez and his fight with Israel Madrimov. To the WBC it was routine business. To Crawford it was betrayal. Hours later he unleashed an 8-minute video that instantly
Boy, you better slap your fucking self and paying your ass shit. Fuck you talking about pay you $300,000. What makes you so motherfucking better than any other sanctioned bodies, huh?
His message was direct and ruthless. You, the WBC, you got the green belt, which doesn't mean anything. The real belt is the ring belt, and that's free. You want me to pay more than the other sanctioning bodies? Take the belt. It's just a trophy. This wasn't just a heated rant. It was a declaration of rebellion.
Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you, the WBC, think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the fucking green belt, which don't mean fucking shit, the fucking real belt is the ring belt, which is free, motherfucker.
Crawford had openly dismissed one of the sport's most influential organizations, calling their belt worthless. Fans applauded his honesty, but the WBC wasn't about to let his comments go unchecked. President Mauricio Suleiman quickly tried to take control of the narrative. He called the situation very unfortunate, but insisted the rules were clear. Crawford chose not to follow them. We had no choice. Suleiman claimed the fees Crawford refused to pay were small and that most of the money was directed to the Jose Suleiman Boxers Fund, a charity for retired.
And which is unfortunate that most of that money was allotted. It was going to go to the Jose Suleiman Boxers Fund, which helps so many fighters around the world. But it's unfortunate that he will carry on this as a money matter, which is not.
People think it's 3% on huge fights. It's not, he said. Of a $300,000 fee, $225,000 goes to the fund. Only $75,000 pays our staff. Suleiman doubled down, saying every cent the WBC collects goes back into boxing. But instead of calming things down, his explanation intensified the backlash. Fighters and fans questioned the transparency, big conventions, lavish dinners, vague accounting. People wanted answers. And that's
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, I think he should have talked about it, before, because now he's talking about it when he don't need the WBC anymore. And he should have talked about it, way back when I said something, he should have spoke up and said something about it too, so.
When Errol Spence Jr. speaks, the boxing world listens. I mean, it makes sense, but he should have said something back then, Spence said. Now he's talking when he doesn't even need the WBC anymore. Spence wasn't defending the council though. He echoed Crawford's biggest concern, transparency. We need to know where the money's going. All we see is big dinners, big conventions and awards, no accounting. We don't know where the money's going. Even a rival could see cracks forming in the system. Crawford wasn't just battling for himself, he was exposing a deeper issue. But Spence's calm take was followed by someone who never does calm, Dana White. When the UFC boss
we definitely see, there need to be some account of where's the money going, because, I mean, we don't know. Is it going to, because all we see is like them having, big dinners at fights and big dinners fights and, they have big, what's the things they be throwing? Big annual, conventions and things like that. So, I mean, it should be accounting of where the money going, like Canelo's huge purse, and then you get 3% of that or whatever y'all agree on.
White didn't hold back when asked about Crawford stripping and the WBC's response. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to see what's going on. The guys yelling the loudest are usually the problem. He emphasized Crawford didn't need anyone's approval to speak. Nobody told Crawford to say anything. He's his own man.
If you look at how this thing's playing out, and first of all, let me say this. I love that all these boxing guys love the Ali Act the way it is now. I want to see how many of them actually stay there and do that version of the Ali Act instead of the add-on that we're going to do.
Doing his own thing, that's how he feels. White even fired at promoters defending the current system. All these promoters saying the Ali Act is perfect. I want to see them stay in it. I guarantee you they won't. It was classic Dana, blunt, aggressive, unapologetic. And with his support, Crawford's stance began to look less like an emotional out.
You know what I mean? You don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to see what's going on with all these guys. All these guys that are crying the loudest are the fucking problems. They're the problem, every one of these guys. And, Crawford, nobody told Crawford to say anything. Crawford's his own man doing his own thing, and that's how he feels.
But while Dana was cheering, another legend felt completely different. If there's one thing Oscar de la Hoya despises, it's fighters disrespecting boxing's traditions. Crawford's comments struck a nerve. In a heated Instagram video on December 4th, the Golden Boy promoter unleashed his frustration.
All these promoters are saying the Ali Act is perfect and this is the way it should be. I want to see them all stay in it. I want every one of them to stay in the Ali Act as it is now for the next however many years.
Today I'm pretty pissed, he said. Terence Crawford told the WBC to basically go screw themselves after making $50 million against Canelo. He accused Crawford of arrogance and forgetting his roots. Did he forget where he came from? How do you think you got there?
Today I'm pretty pissed off. Terence Crawford, he told the WBC to basically go themselves yesterday and is refusing to pay sanctioning fees to them for his $50 million fight against Canelo. $50 million!
De La Hoya wasn't finished. He scoffed at Crawford's claim that only the ring belt matters. Now suddenly the WBC is the enemy? Please. The money must have gone to your head. Then came the personal jab. I thought you had integrity, Crawford. I thought...
Did he forget where he came from? Or how he got there? How do you think you rose to that level? Through the ranking system. You get positioned.
The old guard clearly wasn't ready for Crawford's uprising. But in the middle of the chaos, one fighter attempted to calm the storm, Danny Garcia. Steady and diplomatic, he offered a rare middle ground. I see both sides, Garcia said. They're both right in their own ways. His words gave the sport a brief...
Suddenly the WBC is the enemy and the ring belt is the only one that matters? I mean, seriously, Suleiman has to be rolling in his grave. Literally. I mean, it sounds like you're reading a script or something. Come on, you've been the ring mouthpiece and the chosen one since they came on board 2 years ago.
Just days after being stripped, Crawford retaliated, not with punches but with legal action. He filed a $50 million lawsuit against the WBC, accusing the organization of mismanaging funds, exploiting fighters, and violating the spirit of the Ali Act. His team argued fighters paying sanctioning fees deserve full transparency about where every dollar goes.
See both ways. I see the WBC, I see Terence. They both right, to be honest. They both right. They both right in their own ways. You feel me?
For context, his fight with Canelo Alvarez generated over $50 million, meaning the WBC's cut alone could have exceeded 7 figures. Crawford's case could rewrite boxing's financial structure. If he wins, sanctioning bodies around the world might be forced to publicly disclose their spending and justify every fee they demand. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's an attempt to reshape the sport. But there's a risk. Crawford could be blacklisted, denied title.
What are you talking about? You want me to pay you more than the other sanctioned bodies because you feel like you better than them. How in the world all the sanctioned bodies agreed to the same amount, but you sit your motherfucking ass up there and say that I need to apologize to you?
He's taking on an institution that shapes the entire foundation of the sport. So what do you think? Is Terence Crawford right to challenge the WBC and expose a system that drains fighters? Or did he just burn the last bridge he had in boxing? Let me know in the comments. Because whatever comes next, one thing is certain, this fight is far from over. And for the best boxing news, moments, breakdowns, and updates, make sure to subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications. Check out our other videos as well.
That don't even make sense. I'm the motherfucker that's putting my life on the line, not you. You ain't stepping your motherfucking ass in that ring. You or nobody else. You or nobody else.
The industry doesn't easily forgive rebels. Mauricio Suleiman has tried to sound diplomatic. I respect Crawford. I wish him success. He's always welcome back, he said. But with accusations, insults, and...
The matter is, there are rules, there are structures, there are forms, and the WBC only reason for existence is the fighter, the boxer.